Hello and welcome. I'm Roseanna, and in this week's video, we're going to be speaking about why you shouldn't give a toss what other people think and how you can get over that fear of judgment, where it's holding you back, and how you can get over it. So, where do we start? The fear of what other people think is one of the main reasons people hold themselves back in life. Think of a goal that you've been pursuing but haven't quite reached yet. Perhaps you're scared to take a particular action or even take the first steps. If you worked the reason backwards from what you're not doing to the actual root cause, somewhere in there would be, what if I'm judged? What if I'm told I'm wrong? What if I look stupid? Or what if they don't like me? These are all reasonable fears and thoughts to have as a human. This has been inspired by a comment that I've received on YouTube, and this is my first sort of quote unquote negative comment. And I was told that I'm teaching witchcraft. It's not exactly nasty, but it sparked an awareness in me of perhaps where I'm holding myself back from speaking my truth, erring on the side of caution with my content, because I could be afraid of what other people think. And I know so many people are faced with this as well. This fear is actually somewhere in all of us. It shows up in different ways, but it's part of the psyche's survival mechanism known as the ego. One of the main fears of the ego is that it will be left out in the cold. And back when this survival mechanism was at its most useful, which is in the prehistoric times, by the way, it did help us evolve. But if we were left out in the cold back then, we would have been eaten. So fast forward a few thousand years or million years, my history is not great, but our equivalent fear of being eaten alive is that we won't be deemed worthy by our peers if we don't look, think, and act in an acceptable way to the rest of society. So how many times as a kid did you want the same trainers or jacket as your best friend or the girls that you saw in magazines? And today, do you buy things because an influencer told you to? And what about validation from your social media following? How often do you check the likes on your latest Instagram post? So even deeper than caring about what society thinks or our connections online, it goes, what do our families and those closest to us think about us? Because if we were really to pursue our passions and stand out from the crowd, how would they judge us? Would the family dynamics change? Maybe it's actually safer for us, the small self, the little child within us, to stay small and keep pleasing those around us, but with the person that we have always been. So this is an actual fear of the ego mind. Even if you're not aware of it at the moment, somewhere it will be holding you back. And it takes some awareness and training to change this habit in our mind, because a lot of these beliefs and fears are subconscious. We're not aware of them. But giving a damn about what other people think is holding you back in so many ways. So here are some tips on how you can take your power back and become the authentic version of you. So shadow work. I will keep coming back to shadow work because this is the biggest way to take your power back, and it's to understand that your mind is projecting parts of yourself that you have unconsciously rejected onto other people. When you begin to become aware of your shadow self, you quickly begin to see what others think is really a projection of your own mind and what you unconsciously believe about yourself. So, using the witchcraft comment that I received as an example, this highlighted to me that somewhere in my mind, in my belief system, that I actually am afraid that people believe what I'm sharing is wrong, and perhaps I am teaching witchcraft, which has a negative association within society, thanks to any woman who had her own mind back in the day was burned at the stakes or thrown in a well. So it's literally unsafe for me to be a witch. Whilst I consciously and intellectually know that I'm sharing the truth with hundreds and helping hundreds of people, now that I'm aware of this, I can take it back. I can work through it and I can integrate it. So what if people think I'm a bit witchy? Witches are cool and no one's going to burn me at the stake. Also, what they say about you is a projection of what they actually believe about themselves on an unconscious level. A lot of this is hidden deep within the unconscious. And what I want to say here is notice any emotions and feelings that what they're saying about you, or your fear of what they're saying about you, how it makes you feel. What are the emotions, and sit with those emotions, because that's what you're afraid of feeling. So the witchcraft thing kind of made me feel a bit of a jumping in my chest. So I had to sit with that, ask it some questions, and understand what it was trying to tell me. So with sitting with this emotion, I learned something about myself, and I was able to change how I felt, and integrating that emotion, I'm able to take my power back. This is where shadow work has changed the way that I view the world. And if you ask anyone who's been on a really deep spiritual journey, they will vouch for the power of shadow work as well. To learn more about shadow work and how you can begin to take your power back by integrating these unconscious beliefs that you may have about yourself, which are holding you back, you can book in a discovery call with me. The link is in the description, and join me for the adventure of a lifetime through private coaching as you learn more about your whole self. So the second tip is to align with a higher purpose. When you're aligned with your highest soul purpose, you will do anything to achieve a certain goal or dream, no matter what other people think of you. Others' opinions will seem much less important when you know what you are doing is helping yourself reach your dream and helping so many others along the way. The work that you are doing has the potential to be life-changing to so many people. So do not let what other people think hold you back from achieving this. And then my third is the idea or the concept of I am you and you are me. We are all one. We are all connected. When we zoom out and look at the bigger picture of the universe and understanding a little bit about energy and quantum physics, my understanding is that we are all manifestations of the one consciousness, living infinite realities. So perhaps when you are judging somebody for following their dreams or living their life in their authentic way, remember this. You are really only judging yourself. And if we are all one, could we be a little bit kinder? In judging others, in hurting others, you are only hurting yourself, and the world is a mirror of you. I challenge you to stop holding yourself back by judging yourself, judging others, and caring what other people think of you. These thoughts and beliefs don't serve you or your higher reason for being on this planet. So allow yourself to become aware and accept them and let them go. You will be challenged. People will express their opinions, but this is your quest now, to rise above and take your power back. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it and it resonated with you, then be sure to subscribe and leave a comment with your biggest insight or takeaway. I greatly appreciate your ongoing support, and I'm here to support you. The links for any events that I have coming up, such as live meditations, group coaching, or how you can book a private coaching session with me, are below, so check them out. Lots of love, and I'll see you next time.